What's going on, people of the internet? My name's Denny or Denny Cigarette, and today I got I got one of a very interesting video, and I'm gonna start a series after this, called the Juvie series. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna title it, but it's gonna be about my time in juvie, specifically like the 9-10 month stretch I was there. But this video is going to be going over the first time that I ever got arrested, and what led up to that happening. Of course, we got to cover a few things before we begin. So, number one, thank you for all the support. Appreciate all the new people here, especially the drug tier list video. I mean, that's currently the best performing video. It may not have the most views, but as far as like on its own, getting that many views is spectacular. I can't say thank you enough to all the new people. Number two, please join the Discord server, link in the description, and I'll pin a comment with it too. We got, I think, 32 members now, excluding all my IRL friends and whatnot. And it's pretty chill. I love meeting you guys and all that. But and number three, of course, there are drug test kits in the description. Please buy them. They can save your life or another person's. But, let's get into the story. So, leading up to my first arrest, I was doing whatever the fuck I wanted. I felt above the law. And I didn't feel that I like I said, I felt invincible. I felt invincible, like I've said in previous videos. At this time, I was doing like Xanax, Dilaudid, drinking lean, near daily. Living the trapper life, I guess. But the thing is I really put up a persona for a lot of people. But I looked really happy with all the money and, this and that, but I was really fucking depressed deep down because I didn't know where I was going in life. I didn't know who I was or what I wanted to do. I mean, I started using drugs so young that they kind of, they became me. They became my whole fucking personality. I never developed a personality. And they kind of just took over my whole fucking life. And, and I lost a lot of people because of it. Because, I mean, who wants to be around someone? Like, I remember, and it is so fucking vividly, we'll call him George. This guy named George, fucking, I just met him. We were hanging out. Fuck George, by the way. I'll make another video on him in the future. But when I first met him, I thought he was cool. And I remember, he used to also do some stuff too. And I came to his house one time, was just chilling with him. He's like, yo, so what do you like to do for fun besides this? And I sat there and I thought about it. And I kind of realized, I'm like, wow, what do you do besides this? I like stumbled for a little bit and I thought about it for like 5 minutes and I'm like, and this is exactly what I told him. I'm like, dude, like I kind of just do this all day. And he gave me a weird look, and looking back on it, it's really sad. You know what I mean? To think about how much drugs can consume you and take away, like your personality and, how you perceive the world and everything like that, Anyways, besides that rant, I mean, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of where I was at in life, before this fucking happened. So, I woke up, it was like any other day. Nothing new. I pre-gamed a little Dilaudid, brought a little Coke with me, one Xanax in case I got like a little too stimmed up and, needed to calm down. So, I'm going to school, I'm chilling out, I'm sitting on my phone, and I remember, like, being called, and I had my vape with me, obviously, and I'd hid it outside, where no one could see me, this and that, and I remember, getting called in. We had this old cop who would work at the continuation school I was at, and I remember he called me in, and he's like, hey, we need to see you in the office. I'm like, oh, okay. And I thought, I'm like, okay, they fucking, like, saw me vaping or whatever. I'll just hand it over to him, and, I'll go fucking grab another at home. And when I get into this area, I get sat down, and then these two guys come in. One really big one and kind of skinnier, but they were like in their 40s, like 40 mid 40s, give or take, maybe 50s. And they come up to me, and I realized really fucking quick that I'm fucked, because they have the chain with the like cop badge on it. And they come up to me and they're like, "Hey, we're detectives, blah blah blah, with the blank county, blank. I'm not gonna say what county. Blank county drug enforcement unit. And we're investigating this and this, and we're curious if you know anything about this." And they showed me some photos, and I knew I was fucked immediately, because I when I looked at the photos, I realized I had made a mistake. I had posted a picture of me showing off like the fish scale that I had, or Coke, for people who don't know the lingo. And in the background were my pants that I actually had on that same fucking day. At school. So I told them, like, "Oh, just a coincidence." And like he like kind of smirked a little bit, snickered, and like, moved his head up a little bit. And then he's like, "Okay, well, how about this one?" And he keeps showing me photo after photo, and then finally we get to the juicy details. He goes, "Okay, well, we have these chat messages," and he shows me these chat messages, and I fucking like froze solid, because that sealed the deal. And that's when I realized I had sold to an undercover cop. And funny fucking enough, I know exactly who it was. I know exactly what the fuck he looks like. And what's crazy is, when we first sold to him and drove off, we were all laughing, saying, "Oh, bro, he looks like a cop, ha ha ha." Well, turns out he fucking was. Anyways, so I eventually he's like, "All right, well, do you mind if we search your house?" And, my room, really. You know what I mean? I was with my parents still at this time. I was really fucking young at this time. But anyway, so he asked me, he's like, "Hey, can we search your house?" And I said, "Hey, you're going to need a warrant for that." And he's like, "Well, I just happen to have a warrant." And then I froze. I froze the fuck up. So then, they say, "Okay, well, we're going to detain you while we go search your place." So they stand me up, they search me, they find the little tin of cocaine I had. And what's crazy is they didn't find the Xan I had in my pocket. So I get put in the back of the police car, and originally we go drive to my house. And there were like 8 cop cars outside the house. No SWAT team or anything, but 8 cop cars outside the house, and they're going through all my shit. I can't see, but my parents are home, this and that. Anyway, so I get fucking eventually they realize, like, "Hey, he had cocaine on him, regardless if he's got anything, in the house or anything. He's got drugs on him already. Like, we can send him to the fucking, we can book him." There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. So I, like, trying to delay the inevitable, was like, "Hey, I take Xanax every day. If I don't get like some type of medication to get weaned off of, I could have seizures in the juvenile hall. I could die." So they were forced to take me to the hospital. In the hospital, I was prescribed. Let me get into the nitty gritty of that. So we're driving to the hospital, right? I'm still high, so I'm not really taking in like the magnitude of what just happened. And so we finally get there. We go in through the back. I get put in a room, right? And I kind of like felt around my pockets and realized, like, oh shit, the Xan's still there. So I'm talking to the cop. I'm talking to the cop a little bit. He's talking to me. He's asking me, like what happened? How did it end up like this? I didn't say shit to him, right? But fucking he eventually the doctor comes in and he's like, what's the problem, this and that. And I tell him, like, "Hey, I'm about to go to juvie, and I need to get like some type of medication to help me withdraw myself off of benzos." So they asked how much I use a day, and I bullshitted them. I told them like four Xanax a day, when I was really only taking like 1 or 2. And they're like, "Okay." So they go ahead and they go back. They kind of like calculate a good dose. And while they do that, I call in the nurse and I ask for water. Nurse gives me water, and I was pacing back and forth at this point, and I grabbed, like, I put my hands in my pockets for a sec, and I grabbed the Xanax in one of my hands, and I, like, acted like I was, what's the word, like, wiping my nose with my hand, back and forth, and I, like, put it in my mouth, and then I took a big swig of the water, and I ended up taking the Xan before I went in, which was a stupid mistake, and you'll see why. But they end up coming out, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to prescribe you 3 10-milligram diazepams 3 times a day. So that's what I got. So they gave me a Valium to go right before I left. So I had a 10-milligram Valium in me and a 2-milligram Pharmapram Xan. And the next shit I do not remember. I eventually, like, I remember a little bit of the car ride up, and then I remember being in, like, the little tank for, like, the intake area, and, like, me punching the glass, and I don't even remember why I did that, but anyways, so then eventually I wake up the next morning or whenever. I said, my memory is really foggy here, and I kind of realized, like, oh shit, you're fucked. And I didn't know anything about, like, juvenile justice at this time. I'm thinking, like, I'm about to serve, like, indigestion, shit. I'm thinking I'm about to serve, like, 2 to 3 years, you know? And that's scary. That's a really scary thought to think about, especially at the age I was at. That would have been, like, what would that be? Like, a sixth or fifth of my life, you know what I mean? Or not fifth. Yeah, sixth to seventh of my life. You know, like, that's a huge portion. So I broke down a bit. I'm not, like, gonna sugarcoat it. I definitely, like, started crying a bunch, like trying to wrap my head around shit and, like, just be like, all right, well, gotta make the best of it. And eventually I found out, like, the maximum sentence they do at least juvenile hall I was at was 8 months. They have more of, like, a treatment approach to things. They have a 1 month, a 3 month, a 6 month, and an 8 month program there. And I'm not going to tell you the names of each program because I feel like that'd give away, like, where I was. But they have a bunch of programs and whatnot. And I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, that's basically as far as I'm going to go from there. The first time I got arrested, like, this time, I only did 24 days, give or take. The other issue is it was super close to the holidays, because I'm pretty sure I would have only done, like, a week or two until I got, released for a little bit. And this wasn't like I got sentenced and then released. It's more like they release you, like, because you can't pay bail as a juvenile, right? They don't let you, at least here where I am. So, like, it's up to the judge to decide if you're fit to stay at home while they decide what they want to do with you. But I went in during the holidays, so I had to wait. I had to sit through all of Thanksgiving and all that till the court opened up again to be released again. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I just want to talk about this. I think it's a pretty tragic story because I don't know if I'll kind of go into my life before all drugs and everything beforehand, but I'm the last person you would expect to have gone through all this and done this. And it's just scary what drugs do to you. And I just want to, kind of, like, make that very clear. Like, I do not endorse drug use, but obviously I endorse harm reduction. But anyways, well, I hope y'all have a good day. It is what it is. Merry Christmas Eve. I hope y'all are having a good day. I hope y'all have a good Christmas tomorrow. I lied last video. I will be uploading on Christmas. I got to continue that fucking grind. But yeah. Anyways, I hope y'all have a good day. Please sub and like, and I'll see y'all later. All right, deuces.